Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday. My name is Ben.
I'm Bradley.
We have Bradley here filling in for the Timster while he is gone on his sabbatical. I'm just gonna call it that.
Magical quest. Innovations in the aftermarket.
Sure,
That's
absolutely.
what we'll call it.
Yeah. Magical quest.
He would appreciate that.
Can you do that,
I know
Reed?
he would.
Can you put magical quest? Anyway, you don't have to. It's okay. All right. So. Yeah, we're going to get back into the questions, and if we get through them, we may go to some of the install videos, maybe even the Facebook page if we have time. Maybe we'll get back to the Facebook page once.
Back into the ether of the Facebook page.
Maybe if we'll get there, I don't know. But we're happy to be doing this for the people, and we'll just get right into it. But before we do, Bradley.
Oh, a lot of pressure here.
Questions.
Big shoes to fill here.
Quibbles. Fashion statement tips before we come in here. I mean, I see you got the beanie going, little Carhartt action.
Yeah, got to. It's a little cold outside.
Yep.
Down here from Tennessee, we're not used to that kind of weather. It's not even snowing outside, and we're still complaining. So,
Yep. You should have seen some of us coming into PRI in Indianapolis.
Oh man, I can only imagine. I wasn't. It was rough. For that. I've seen videos of people, putting videos on Facebook of it.
Oh man,
3 inches of snow. They're out there cranking their jackpot up. It's lovely. No thanks.
Yeah. All you Canadians and Alaskans out there laughing at us. It's okay.
Y'all can keep that up
Midwesterners.
There.
Yeah.
Keep that over there. I don't really have any fashion statements other than
it's cold and wear warm stuff.
Wear the appropriate clothes. Some guys out here wearing T-shirts and flip flops and it's snowing. No.
Yes. No. Nope. Absolutely not.
So.
All right, we'll jump right into the questions for you guys here. First one comes from Dennis Tilson V1B says, "Hello, I'm looking forward to the video on wiring up the fuel sender connection on the Killshot Classic. When will it be available? You guys rock." So, Dennis, I will say, since Tim is out, it's kind of postponed some of the filming that Tim and I do, and my other camera guy, Reed, does with him as well. So that's kind of put on hold till the end of January, so you can start to see those things start to come back during that time. While we're waiting, we still have some footage to go through from recording the Killshot install, or TBI. It is a Killshot, but it goes across the board for TBIs.
It's just TBI in general, really.
And so you'll see some of more of that hardware stuff coming out from when we recorded, but by the end of January, you'll start to see some of those things. And like we talked about, and maybe we'll see some of those comments in here, but we do have Bradley and TJ and other technicians here at Aces, but it'll probably be one of those two. If there's anything that you guys want us to do on something specific, let us know, and we'll be happy to make a tech short or something on that as well, addressing those things.
Well, a lot of people are wanting in-depth videos on the tuning software. I know some of our authorized tuners have made some videos on that.
It's true.
They're kind of vague in certain areas, but that's definitely something that we're looking at in the process. I mean, I could do it. It's pretty familiar with it, I'd say.
And maybe we can do like just a really basic thing we can get with Tim and
just navigating through it, I think, is what a lot of people are kind of on the edge about.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it is different from other stuff.
Yep. So we might be able to do something like that while we're waiting on Tim to get back, but we are planning on and in the process of making more in-depth videos on that. So
I always say that a lot, but we
are
actually doing that.
Genuinely.
We are doing that. Like, we don't just say it.
Yeah.
So that's
all right. Next is wherever you want to go.
We'll go with Time Warp Racing. Nice work, gentlemen, though I do miss Tim's fashion tips. Like I said, big shoes to fill here.
Yes.
Get roasted in the comments, low key. It's fine. Looking forward to the new Killshot Pro, currently running a Royal Flush with the 175 shot of nitrous. Awesome. Excellent results, by the way. Just wondering if the new dual quad Killshot Pro control/ECU is based off of another system or if it is all new programming. We'll be installing it on a tunnel ram with dual nitrous plates.
As far as being built
Pretty
off of,
spicy unit right there.
yeah.
Is what I gotta say.
No, yeah, he's the Ted Myko.
That car is
I'm
awesome.
calling him out.
That
Time
car
Warp
is
Racing.
awesome.
Yeah. Little gasser action. I think we've made a post about it relatively recently. You can go back and check that out on Facebook or Instagram. But yeah, I mean, it's built off of the Killshot. It's going to be like a Killshot. There are some things that are different about the actual throttle body itself. I think we've discussed it on other videos, but it's got that fuel pressure sensor unit built into the throttle body.
Right.
It does have dual throttle body ability. Being able to run a dual quad setup will be one of those processes that it can do. And then it's also got that sleeker design for drop-down air cleaners. But as far as software, it's built off of our software specifically for the Killshot.
So, yeah, the throttle body's different, and in the SEMA videos that they did, you can look at that one that Tim did is really good, and it goes more in depth on this. But based off of the way that we've done other systems, like the Jackpot Hemi, the Jackpot TBI, and stuff like that, it's firmware. So I, just going off that, would say it'd be a different firmware.
Yep.
Same ECU, different firmware.
Yep.
The throttle body's different, and the harness will definitely be different.
It will have to be because it's got that 64-bit architecture.
Yeah.
Processing speed, which by comparison, for those that don't know, 32 is what we run on all of our other units. So it will have to have a different quote unquote firmware for that. Right. But I mean, other than that, the same features that you know and love about the Killshot will be applicable for the Killshot Pro as well. Just some added bonuses. So, yeah.
I'm excited to see that on that car. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. That'll be cool. All right. Here we go. Ninja Pumpkin. Why do I get all these names? Why do you do this to me? No, it's okay.
Fantastic.
Love the wiring harness, but for every build, it's different. Can we extend wires without issue, and can we see a video attaching to the current MSD billet distributor and coil? Extending wires, I'm just going to go ahead and say probably not a good idea, really, ever. I think we have some extension wires that, Bradley, you can go into for some other products.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But outside of that, let's see, I lost you there for a second, but MSD billet distributor and coil, I mean, I don't know if we have anything like that in the running of a possible thing to do, but it's certainly something we can look into for sure. But definitely wouldn't recommend extending wires really ever. But
so the main thing with extending the wires is it's going to void that warranty. So if you do ever have any future issues, then we can't really cover anything. So that, me personally doing builds, that's something I'm always trying to hold on to, is that warranty. Yeah. Secondly, if you're talking about specifically the distributor pigtail being a different length and trying to extend that, we do have extension sub-harnesses for that. So we do have the VR extension cable and then the 3-wire extension cable to kind of accommodate for like the small block forwards and other things. Yeah. So if that's specifically what you're talking about, just call customer service and we can get you one. Yeah. Other stuff I wouldn't recommend. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I mean, there's other reasons for that, right? I mean, just as far as making sure everything gets the right voltages, signals are clean,
things like that. Yeah. We do. I know he's not talking about a Jackpot, but we do have an unterminated harness. Yep, that is a thing. So. Yeah,
that is a thing. I know very little about it. I just know that it exists. So there's that.
I'm planning on my personal channel in the future taking one of those and making a very special harness.
Maybe we could make a video on that. I don't know.
So I'm not going to go too far in detail on that because I don't want somebody else
removed.
No,
Tim can talk about.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. As far as I'm aware, nobody's done it yet, and it's going to be one of one. Yeah. So it'll be awesome.
Yeah. It'll be cool. All right. After you, brother.
All right.
Next question. I guess here. I'm not sure.
Okay. So Danny Richard Q4M. Quick question on the PDM. After watching the SEMA 2025 interview with Tim, I've been wondering if I still need a relay to get clean power in the run/start position from the ignition switch. When using the PDM, Tim kind of touched on it, but during the interview, can you elaborate, please? Thank you for all the help. Okay. You want to take a crack at this one? You want me to go?
No, I'll let you go for it.
So
I think I know, but I don't know if I know for sure.
So if you're using the PDM, its purpose is to allow clean voltage. So you put one in, you get 3 out with that. It's got internal resistors. It's going to clean up that voltage. So a lot of people were asking for this product, so Tim got with the engineers, and they made it happen. So that's awesome.
Yep.
But we know how it goes. Some of these old cars, they got some junk wiring in there from like back when they were riding horses and stuff. So, so it's not always the best voltage sources, and not everybody's really trying to go buy a whole wiring kit for a couple $1,000 or whatever they go for. I wouldn't know because I don't have one.
Yep.
So yeah, that's honestly a great option. But no, if you're trying to run like, the old coil wire for the HDI, run that thing to the PDM, then you've got clean out.
Yep.
So that's really the whole purpose of it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't believe Tim has ever fried a PDM.
We've tried.
fuses.
Trust me, we've tried.
I don't believe that that's ever happened. So,
not
if any of you
guys
do that,
try.
no, I'm just saying if it ever happens, I'd be happy to know because I didn't.
Try.
Yeah,
very hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's all I would say about it as well.
Yeah.
SHPVR. For those of us that got an early Jackpot Pro, but not wires for fuel level, are not there. So will a wire kit be available? So my understanding is if you don't have a wire on your additional wiring harness that says fuel level, then there will be a wire that you can get from us to add in there. But yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why Tim is on sabbatical. But when that comes out, we will. For those that don't have it, there will be a wire that you can get. But a lot of you should already have something that says fuel level on the additional wiring harness.
Yeah, the main concern with doing that and sending out sub harnesses is to make sure that the pin is in the main harness also.
Correct. Yep.
So
yep.
There'll be different situations, I'm sure, but we'll take care of it the best we can. That's more of a customer service thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. Next question, Trevor Howard 6115. Hey guys, I bought an Asus Jackpot Pro 800 horsepower kit a few months ago.
Let's go.
Life got busy and I had to delay the build.
Yep.
Been there, done that. Have since decided that I wanted to add boost on E85. With being said, I have 65 pound-an-hour injectors and would like to upgrade to 80s. Would it be possible to exchange my 65s for some 80s? If not, completely understand. Just wanted to check before upgrading later on.
Yeah. So if they're completely unused, you can send them back. You can kind of explain the situation. And, depending on, I know it's super busy, but usually the worst thing that'll happen is there might be like a 10% restocking fee if it's like, depending on how long, how many months, I don't remember, just a few months ago, so I don't know specifics.
I don't think it'll be a huge deal. They're just going to look at your purchase on Shopify and then go through it and see where it's at. If it's been installed, they'll ask you the normal questions. Yeah. And it'll just come in for an exchange and we'll get you some 80s.
Yeah. I would say I
don't know if there's a price difference on that or not. Like I said, I'm not customer service, but
there's a little bit of a price difference, so you'll probably pay the difference. You'll probably have to pay to get it to Aces, the ones that you currently have. Yeah. But after that, we'll probably take care of the rest for you. But as long as they're unused, totally fine. Totally fine to exchange them.
That'll be a pretty sweet build, though. Yep. Boost and E85.
Let's go.
Sweet.
Okay, fun now, or it's fun now. 169. I get all these names.
I
All right.
promise I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not that good.
How about including instructions for the new PDM? Yes, absolutely. You can check those out on the product page for the PDM. It looks like Paul Nagler 289 already beat me to the punch. But for those of you who are listening and you're looking for PDM instructions, you may head there. Now,
that goes for any instruction manual.
Yes. Yeah.
I see a lot of people on Facebook. I'm not calling anybody out because I don't remember their names.
Only because we don't remember their names. No. Okay.
So they're upset because they don't get a paper copy. There's reasons for that.
Yeah.
So I think it's already been addressed on this. I guess I could call it a show. Podcast show.
For the people show.
All the good words.
Aces for aces. People with aces.
Yeah. It's been addressed before, but there's reasons that there's not a paper copy in there anymore. And there's actually a QR code on the box.
Yep.
But all of that stuff's on the website. And me personally, I like looking at it. If I have to look at a wiring schematic, I like being able to zoom in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say my age, but I'm not of age to be wearing big, thick glasses. So I can only imagine some older folks.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I think for us, it's more of a perspective of like, we are. Okay. So I will just say this briefly. When Tim talks about, having to change things here and there on new products, it's not because we're not happy with where the product is or anything like that, or that we have to, oh no, we didn't do this right, we have to go back and change it. No,
Right.
We are making it better. So there are things that we add to it later on that people who bought it 2 years ago are not going to have from the people who are buying it right now.
Right.
And so therefore the manuals have to change. And so logically, from a business perspective, yes, it makes sense for us to keep it online because it makes it easier to change and more affordable. But, that we're not doing it from a perspective of like, oh no, we gotta fix this, because I think sometimes people hear that way as well, but that's not the case. It is simply because we're making it better. And we don't just leave it. We don't just say, well, we made the kill shot, it's fine, we're just going to leave it where it is. No.
Yeah, I mean, even just with the PDM being a thing, all of the manuals are most likely going to take a turn as far as including in there of like how to hook it up.
Yeah. Adding different things. Maybe we change certain things.
When the Pro actually comes out on the market, things are going to change. Yeah. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. And for when you bought it and you're reading the instructions and you're installing it, and that goes great. Awesome. Somebody buys it 3 months to probably more like a year down the road and add something later, than they can have. They'll have a different installation manual for everything that they have. So, and it'll go back and forth, but that's why that exists. So good points. Okay, so we jumped over to Facebook just a little bit as we start to wrap up this episode. You just recently did a tech short here, so I'm going to let you jump into this as you explain some of what this is about, as well as some of these questions right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start off with Riverboy RBE.
Mm-hmm.
So just for a little bit of context, this tech short was regarding the VSS output source on a Pro Dash, and I was in the Blazer, went through the thing, showed everything. It's on Facebook, go check it out. But he's asking, is it just for the 7-inch monitor? So for the specific way that I showed how to do it and the miles per hour being on the bottom, yes, but you can still go and have that show on the 5-inch handheld. It's just on the side.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily just for the Pro Dash or the 7-inch monitor, like he said in the comments, but that specific layout, yes.
Yep.
So its function is the same, but it's just in a different place.
Yeah. So. Yeah, absolutely. Rob Kraft also asked, what does pulling speed from the monitor do versus from GPS? How does the monitor determine speed if you're not using GPS? Can it pull speed? Like pulling for the speedometer if it's not using the GPS? I didn't think we could do that.
So the way we have it set up is from the monitor, and the way it gets that is from the VSS from the transmission. The way that what I was kind of going over in that video, it wasn't really in depth, is you can change that in the new firmware to go from the VSS wire. So if you got a main trans, you can make a speedometer work. Which
Interesting.
we're currently testing on the Blazer.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
So that's where we get it from. So whenever I'm, got a fresh ECU in the Blazer, 5.3 4L60, 373 gear, 26-inch tall tire, I go through the transmission parameters. I set my tire diameter, gear ratio, and then I have the mile per hour down on the bottom of the monitor. And I'll do my VSS correction from that, and then I pull up the GPS or the maps or whatever can show your speed on my phone, and I'll just compare the two until I get them to match. And I just go through the VSS correction, and that also matters for shift points and other things, other parameters that are set in the ECU, and that's how I go through that. And that's from the monitor. That's how that works. We also have the GPS, and it's like a repeater that you stick on your window that I'm not really a huge fan of, so I just use it that way.
Yeah. Sweet. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tech Tuesday. If you liked it, please feel free to leave a like down below. It helps us out. If you have any comments or questions about fuel injection, or specifically ACE's fuel injection, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and we'll be happy to get to it in the next Tech Tuesday video. But if you have anybody else that's looking to get involved in aftermarket fuel injection, send them our way. We'd be happy to help them out. Yep. But yeah, until next time, and as always, we will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.